نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبد الله ورسوله اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة في النار. أما بعد, in Surah Al-Ma'un, very short surah, the page, like 3 pages from the back, very short surah. And the whole chapter, chapter 30, is very important surah. Very important surah. Even most of them small. The scholars, they called it the mufassal, the detailed. Why is it detailed? Because in this short surah, every ayah has a big meaning. Big meaning. When you know قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ by itself, you know what? You know 1/3 of the Quran. By knowing قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن. This more ayat. You know 1/3 of the Quran? Yes. Why? Because قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ, it was an answer from Allah. It was a kafir. When the kafir came to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he said, describe your God. You want us to worship your God? Describe him. Someone asked you to describe Allah. What you going to say? I said, Allah, you're going to keep talking, maybe for hours and hours. But the Prophet ﷺ didn't say nothing. How am I going to describe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Where am I going to begin to describe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How am I going to be able to describe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? He was like overwhelmed with the question. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described himself. He said, say. That's why to these days, we say, say. Say to who? I'm the one who reading. Allah said, say. قُلْ. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ. Who's going to ask me that question? The shaitan will ask you. The shaitan will come and have all these doubts in your heart. Why Allah is only one? Why Allah has no father? Why Allah has no son? Why Allah is like, why? You're going to say, قُلْ وَاللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. He's a one. No one like him. If he had a father, he cannot be the God. If he had a son, his son is a God with him, right? If he had a son, why he have one? He cannot sustain him. He can get millions of, it's like too many questions. The answer, Allahu Ahad. Allahu Samad. He doesn't need them. Everybody, everything needs him. He doesn't need them. لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. No one. If you know this small surah, you know 1/3 of the Quran. Why? Because 1/3 of the Quran, you're going to go from Alif Lam Mim, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ 200 pages of the Quran talking about the oneness of Allah. Tawheed. And this small 3 ayat give you the end of it. The end of the tawheed. Allahu Ahad, Allahu Samad, Lam Yalid wa Lam Yulad, wa Lam Yakun Lahu Kufuwan Ahad. That's why this last chapter, chapter 3, is so important. Don't say, I want to memorize the Baqarah. No. The Fatiha. The Fatiha is the whole Quran. Not only the whole Quran. The Quran and the Bible and the Torah and the papers of Ibrahim, everything in the Fatiha. You memorize, you understand the Fatiha, you get everything you need. That's why we have to recite the Fatiha every time we pray. You can't just recite the Fatiha. But if you choose, like say, I'm going to recite the whole Quran without the Fatiha, it's invalid. Your prayer is invalid. I'm going to read 600 pages. Your prayer is invalid. You have to recite the Fatiha. Why? Because the Fatiha has the whole Quran. Why the Fatiha has the whole Quran? Because the whole Quran is about what? Allah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Allah, Rabb, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Malik Yawmiddin. What else description you need about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? 1/3 of the Fatiha describing Allah. 2/3 of the Fatiha tell you the relationship between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. I want to worship you, but how I'm going to worship you is that you help me. If you know this part, you can go on your life happy ever after. I cannot get this job. I cannot get this money. I cannot get married. You cannot do nothing. Because you think you can do it yourself. But when you depend on Allah, you can move the mountain. You can send the rain. That's what Allah told us. The Holy Hadith said, رُبَّ أَشْعَث أَغْبَرَ ذُو ضِمْرٍ مَدْفُوعٌ بِالْأَبْوَابِ. A man has no money. A man is traveling. He's not even in his city. His dust is everywhere in his clothes. If he asks someone, he will tell him, go away from me. If he tried to mediate with someone, he said, you're the last one I can listen to. Now, أَخْسَمْ عَلَى اللَّهِ Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if he swear by Allah, no, he swear on Allah. Allah will fulfill his promise. He said, Allah, I swear in you, send the rain down. Oh Allah, I swear in you, give this guy provision. Oh Allah, I swear in you, give this guy a woman. Why he's doing this? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him this level of his obedience, because of his obedience. Because he knows what the deen is about. The deen is not about Allah want to torture us or He want to see us suffer. No, the deen is about Allah want us to enjoy us. Allah wants us to live in the dunya, happy ever after, and live in the hereafter, happier and happier. Okay, this is the deen. That's what the Prophet ﷺ said. The deen is so easy. It's so enjoyable. The Prophet ﷺ, every time the prayer comes, he said, oh, Bilal, establish the prayer. Please. Let us enjoy ourselves with the prayer. When the Prophet ﷺ, he was sick, dying, he told his wives, I want to be with Aisha. I love her the most. When the man asked him, Umar ibn As, ask him, who you love the most? He meant the men. The Prophet ﷺ said, Aisha. He's not shy to say, I love my wife. I love all my wife, but I love Aisha more. But when the real comparison came to true, when the Prophet ﷺ died on the chest of Aisha, she said, he dies by Nazadi wa Nahri. He died right here. His head was right here. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him a choice. Do you want to die and go up? And you want to stay in the dunya with Aisha? He said, no. Up. Now there's no comparison. Why? Because this is the enjoyment. Alright. SubhanAllah, the Sahaba, the companion of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they enjoyed that deen too much Till they said, if the king and the prince and the president know how much enjoyment we have when we worship Allah, He's going to come fight with us and take it from us. He's talking about what? About fasting. About my prayer. About talking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some of them used to see the angels. Why? Because Allah tested him with the hemorrhoid. And he said, Allah, is that what you want me to do? You want me to suffer with hemorrhoid? I enjoy it. I enjoy it. He used to hear the angels making salam on him. How human has a choice to get treatment and he doesn't want to get the treatment because he loved the test from Allah. Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, Sa'd, if he asks Allah for anything, the man goes to him, blind. He says, Sa'd, ask Allah to make me see. He asked Allah, He make him see. Oh, Sa'd, ask Allah to give me. He asked Allah, and Allah gave him. Paradoxically, on the other side, Sa'd, he was blind himself. At the end of his days, he was blind himself. He told him, you're asking Allah for people. Why are you not asking Allah for yourself? He said, I love the blindness because this is the gift Allah gives. This is the test from Allah to me. And I love the test from Allah more than anything else. That's why if you have a choice, don't take it. Let Allah choose for you. Don't make your own choices. Let Allah choose for you. That's why we have to say, لا تكلني إلى نفسي طرفة. Allah, do not make me depend on myself. Even the break of my heart. Manage all my affairs. The last chapter of the Quran is so important. One of the ayats, surah, in the last chapter of the Quran, surah al-Na'ud. Na'ud means when you get someone something. Someone came to you and said, can you give me your car for a few hours? Take it. Can you give me a glass? Can you give me a pen? Can you give me a book? Yeah. I can give it to you. This surah, subhanAllah, same like Surah Allah, few ayats. أَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ بِالدِّينِ. Don't go fast on the chapter 3. Don't. This ayat, every letter, every word, every ayah is the big story. That's why we don't enjoy the Quran like the Sahaba. The Sahaba used to stop with ayat. Stop with the 10 ayat. He cannot handle no more. He's like, teach me something. He said, أَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ بِالدِّينِ. He said, that's it. That's it. I cannot take no more. I'll be back when I finish this. Finish what? Finish enjoying. Finish applying this. The Quran is for application. The Quran is for application. Reading is good. You can get hasanat. Memorizing is good. You can active your mind. Your nervous system will be always active. You will never have Alzheimer. You never have Parkinson. That's good. That's not what the Quran been revealed for. The Quran been revealed. كتاب أنزلناه إليكم ليدبروا آياته وليتذكروا أولئك. We descended that Quran so you can understand it. Keep thinking about it. Ponder about it. Keep repeating in your head. Why? So you can remember that in your life. When the people tell you, you're so knowledgeable, man, your job is so good, you remember, وَفَوْقَ كُلِّ ذِي عِلْمٍ عَلِيمٍ. That's why the Quran told. I have knowledge, but I'm not the knowledgeable one. Because the most knowledgeable one is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah give me some of the knowledge He want to give me. And He can hold it. He can take it back. That's why you have to relate everything to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why is this important? Because he deserved it. He deserved it, right? When the people came to the Prophet ﷺ and said, oh, Prophet of Allah, tell us about the people of the cave. He said, tomorrow I tell you. Allah didn't send Jibreel. The revelation stopped. Muhammad ﷺ, he cannot say, I'm going to tell you tomorrow. He has to say, inshallah. If Allah wanted me to tell you tomorrow, He's going to give me the knowledge and I'll give it to you. But if He doesn't want it, I cannot do it. Are you going to work tomorrow? Inshallah. If Allah wants me to go, I'll go. If Allah doesn't want me to go, how am I going to go? Like, to make a move, muscles and nerves and hormones and impulses and here and move this to the side and move this to... It's like, what is going on? Like, we don't care. We just take this step. These steps take too much to be taken. Only Allah can make this step happen. It's like, connect your heart to Allah. You are the slave of Allah. Make your life easy. I'm the slave of Allah. If Allah want me to do it, I do it. If Allah want me to do it, I'll do it. أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي يدع اليتيم ولا يحض على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراءون ويمنعون الماعون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to you personally, and you personally, and me personally. He's talking to us. This is the word from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To the angel, to Muhammad, to the companion, to us. So exactly, this is Allah directing to you a question. Did you see with your eyes or with your knowledge? Did you see the one who denied the deen? Did you see him? Answer. That's what the Quran is about. When you say Allahu Akbar, أَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ بِالدِّينِ, answer. Why don't answer? That's what Muhammad said. When he prayed 9 times, every time there question, he answered. Every time it mentioned the fire, he said, oh Allah, take me from the fire. Every time he read about the Jannah, oh Allah, take me to the Jannah. This is the Quran. The Quran is alive. And it's going to be life. Tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one day, people will open the books and the books will be empty. They will say, there was writing inside that book. Yeah, you don't deserve that writing anymore. This is the worst of the worst. That's why enjoy it now. أَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ بِالدِّينِ. Yes, I did. If you know, did you see the one who denied the deen? If you don't know, say, oh Allah, I didn't. Well, this is the part. This is always the difference between us and the Sahaba. We read it from here to here. That's it. Doesn't go inside there. They read it from here to there. And from there to the whole body. This is how the Sahaba deen was applied. Did you see the one who denied the deen? What is the deen? The deen, the Islam. The salah, the zakah, the order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To eat good, to order good, to forbid the bad, not to eat pork. This is the deen we know. And some scholars say the deen is the day of judgment. The deen is the day of the recompense, the day of the account. What is the relation between both? They're exactly the same. You don't believe in Islam, you don't believe in the day of judgment. You believe in Islam, you believe in the day of judgment. This is how the Muslim should become his life. The day of judgment is in your rams. You know, rams is like the front memory. You hear a word from someone, there's a screen here saying the day of judgment. Is that word going to help me? I take it. It doesn't help me. I don't want it. Is the action going to help me? In the day of judgment, I take it. It doesn't help me. I don't want it. Is that kid? gonna help me. No, I have to fix it. Sit down with that kid, say, listen, there's a day of judgment, there's fire, there's a grave, there's punishment. We need to help each other here. Help me out. If you cannot educate him, let him educate himself. Then help me out here. Your wife, your kids, your car, everything has to take you to the Jannah. The land of the peace. Why is the Jannah the land of the peace? There's no grief, no tiredness, no bad news, no frustration. Keep going. This is what we're looking for, not the dunya. أَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ بِالدِّينِ. I'm going to ask you that question. Who you think? The one who denies the deen. He doesn't believe in Islam. The one who denied the day of judgment. It's like, there is no day of judgment. Who can do that? You will say, you can't. You're right. إنما هي حياتنا الدنيا نموت ونحيا وما يدركنا ما يدركنا. The Kafir said it's only we come to life, we die, and everything is ended. The Kafir came to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They went to the grave. They got some corpus of someone is dead. It turned to be dust and came in front of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they put the dust in front of him. So it's like, we're gonna be like this, and you tell us that we're gonna be a human again? What are you talking about? You're right. But you don't have the full truth. You don't have the words. That's why I choose this sword. This sword is so important. The whole Quran is so important. This sword is so important. Choose a Muslim. Allah. Choose a Muslim. You have to memorize this sword and take it with you in your life. As a Muslim, the Kafir doesn't believe in the Day of Judgment. But the surprise is, the Muslim too. The Muslim does not believe in the Day of Judgment. And the Muslim does not believe in his own deen. How does this happen? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answered that question. He didn't say, the one who doesn't believe, the one who doesn't pray, the one who... No, he didn't say that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَذَلِكَ. The one who doesn't believe in Islam or the day of recompense, the one who deserved the punishment, deserved the punishment, الَّذِي يَتَحَيَّتِ. He pushed off. He take the orphan money. He's harsh with the orphan. Why is the orphan? Because the orphan is just a test. Man or woman. Her father, and some scholars said the mother, died and they are before the age of puberty. Why Allah kept your father and took his father? To test you both. He needs your help. He deserved your help. The Prophet ﷺ said, me and the orphan, like this, in the Jannah. Me and the one who would take care of the orphan, in the Jannah like this. أَنَا وَرَاءِ الْيَتِيمِ فِي الْجَنَّةِ كَهَاتَيْنِ. The one who took care of the orphan, he's with me in the Jannah. Like if you spend all your life and you're facing the ground, fasting, Hajj, you're not going to even be able to go near to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But how I get there? By taking care of the orphan. Why? Because the orphan has a huge reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All this benefit, and he goes to the opposite. He is a Muslim. He prays. He makes Hajj. He has the clothing, he has the name, he has everything. But when it comes to the orphan, he's harsh. When it comes to his money, he takes it. When it comes to help him, he doesn't do it. So it's not only the Kafir who doesn't pray in the day, doesn't believe in the day. Muslim doesn't believe in the day. If he believed in the day of judgment, he will never do this. We're talking about the orphan. We're talking about every 1 week. Your wife taking her money, depriving her from her rights, treating her bad, and you keep going. Your son, your poor, anyone who's weak, you should be helping him, but you're doing the opposite. You don't believe in the day of judgment. Do you believe you're going to be standing in front of Allah, and Allah asks you, why did you do this? You don't know you're going to meet me. You You don't know that I'm able to punish you. You don't know that I'm going to take all your good deeds and give it to them. And take all their bad deeds and give it to you. How are you going to believe in their judgment if you do this? Okay, this is a big crime. How about something easier? وَلَا يَحُضُّ عَلَى طَعَامِ. He's not encouraging the people to feed the needy. I'm not asking us to feed the needy. He said, he not even say a good word. Say, guys, we need to send some money to the people in Gaza. Guys, we have a family here who need help. Can we send him some money? Guys, this masjid needs your help. It's like, you're not going to lose nothing, right? He's just saying, you're not even doing this. What's wrong with you? You're not good at all. Allah didn't ask you to feed because you know that you're cheap, you're stingy. He said, you're not even saying it. وَلَا يَحُضُّ عَلَى طَعَامِ الْمِسْكِينِ. Tell your friend, man, there's family need help. If you can help them. What did you lose? Nothing. What did you gain? Too much. He's going to go give them $1,000. You're going to give the reward of the $1,000. He's going to give the reward of 10,000, 100,000. But you're going to get the reward of 1,000 by what? By good word. Allah want to tell us, keep your mouth in the good track. You're not going to lose nothing. إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. Your action depends on your intention. Maybe you're not going to say that word. You're shocked. I want to say it. You got rewarded. You said it. You got rewarded 10 times. By what? By saying a word. Yes, say a word. Tell your son, man, you're good. You're good, you're smart. What you going to lose? You're lying to him. Nothing. What are you going to gain? Too much. He's going to trust himself. All this scholar and all this scientist, they became to that position for someone to tell him, I trust you. I know you're good. I know you can do it. Okay, he told that word. And he started fighting with everyone till he became that. If you go back to the person who told him that, he was lying. He's a young kid. How are you going to tell no, the young kid can do stuff? But he said the good word, keep your mouth on the good track. No backbiting. No cursing. The Prophet ﷺ said, do you know who's the loser? He's asking the Sahaba, who's the loser? أَتَدْرُونَ مَنِ الْمُفْلِسِ? The Sahaba said, the loser is the one who doesn't have money, doesn't have property, doesn't have camels, doesn't have land. This is the loser of the dunya, which is not bad at all, because in the day of judgment he has nothing to worry about. He will go to the Jannah before the rich one 500 years. You stay standing in the sweat and in the sun, and he's in heaven because he didn't have nothing in the dunya to worry about. But the true loser is the one he's a Muslim. He went to Hajj, he prayed in the Masjid, he gave charity, he did all good stuff. And at the end of the day, he's backbiting. He didn't see that guy, this guy, man, he shouldn't do that. Do not talk about him. Do not worry about him. You darken your heart for no reason. Do not worry. You have a problem with him, go speak to him directly. Do not talk about him. He curse. He take the money. He take the rights. He mocking people. He making fun of this guy. Why you worry about the people? Because his heart is bad. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the day of judgment say, he that bited you, give him 1,000 hasanat. Take 1,000 bad deeds. It's like, for what? In the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَيَأْخُذْ هَذَا مِنْ حَسَنٍ. This one will take from his deed. This one will take from his good deed. This one, then at the end, he has nothing. Maybe he will owe, because he will take the bad deeds, then Allah will throw him in the fire. He's a Muslim. He will see all his good deeds for deeds. Why? He's not aware. He doesn't believe in it. He doesn't know that one day he will in the grave. And the angel will come and shake him. Who's your God? What is your book? Who is your messenger? He cannot answer that question except if you keep single piece. 5 times a day and maybe more than that. Allahu Akbar. Wa dini al-Islam. Wa Nabiyyu Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He doesn't remember that. Maybe he knows, but he doesn't remember that. أولئك هم الغافلون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَقَدْ ذَرَأْنَا لِجَهَنَّمَ. We created people from people from the human and the jinn. كثيرا من الجن والإنس. Why Allah created them to the fire? Because they deserve it. What does He do? لَهُمْ قُلُوبٌ لَا يَعْقِلُونَ بِهَا. They heedless. They heedless about the hereafter. They're not aware. They're not awake while Allah created them. They heedless. Not to use their eyes to worship Allah, their ears to worship Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, they like cattle. They like animals. That's what animal does. The animal, he walk and he look at everything, but what did you understand? Anything? Nothing. He just, nothing. He's the same. Now, open your eyes. Everything you see it. Why? Why Allah create a car? Why Allah give us a car? Why Allah give me a car and then give him a car? Give him a car and then give me a car. Think. That's how it is. So you know that Allah give you too much, that you know that you're happy, that you know that you're lucky. Keep everything in your favor. Don't look at the car and say, he had a car, I don't have a car. I wish he doesn't have a car. This is envy, this is bad. Look at the car and say, Alhamdulillah, Allah gave him a car, I'm happy for that. You want a one? Ask. I want to say one. Allah bless it for him and give me one. Yes. I want a house. Bless it for him and give me one. Is that what you want? Keep asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How simple is that? Worshiping Allah and asking Allah at the same time. That's what Allah wants us to do. Be smart. Use your mind to benefit yourself and the others. أولئك كالأنعام بل هم أضل. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, they're not even equal to the animals. They're worse than the animals. Because the animals are given the eyes and the ears and the heart, not to use it. It's just for limited purpose. But you, human, nah. Be smart. أقول قولي هذا